The good news is that that magazine clearly costs 100 reputation, so if I want to come back and just keep buying a magazine every day, I can. It's valid. Might do such a thing. So this thing, the red meter indicates how much is required in order to, how much ammo you have before you have to repair and whatnot. It doesn't give me a number, which is frustrating, because that's, guns have pretty delineated numbers, whereas, like, other things kind of have, I'm probably gonna carry the magazine with me at first till I have a better idea of how it works. I just don't know how many bullets I have until I, know how the game decides to treat that mechanic, I suppose. Let's see. Just can't upgrade you, right? No. But repairing, need some wood. I have wood. It's in my, like, tertiary inventory. Get you fixed up. There we go. You can't really repair a torch. Yeah. A torch is 1 wood, 1 cloth, a little tiny bit of gas. Could make a backup torch. Not really in a hurry. Still need those things. Let's see. You sell. There's tubular magazine. There's long barrel. So I could work towards other weapon types potentially. Is what's going on here. Okay. Not in a big hurry though. Gas tank's interesting. I can't. The gas tank doesn't cost much, so I think it's just a consumable. I don't think, or like a trap or something. I don't think it's used for upgrades, or it's used for making an individual item. Don't think I'm in a hurry to do something else yet. Simple single shot shotgun. Homemade shotgun. Oh, that means something different, doesn't it? Yeah, these ones are useless after being discharged. That's just a shotgun that only fires once, then you have to reload it, is what they mean. So it's, 1 long barrel, 1 weapon part. Okay, so I'm not that far from being able to get that. And then the axe requires the axe head, but I also need to be able to upgrade my entire thing to be able to make an axe, because apparently an axe is harder to make than a shotgun, who would have thought? That seems odd to me. Fortunately, I don't think either trader I know right now trades the weird rock I want. I don't think that's an option right now. Which is unfortunate, because I'd really want that weird rock. But long barrel's gonna cost me 450, like usual. Okay. That's just an extra staff I don't need. How many staves do I have? Because enemies drop them. 1 here. Let's see. Just remember to take 1 rope so I can go in that well, if that's where I end up going this time. Got the battery for Piotrek. Like, I totally wanted to sabotage his stuff, I'm pretty sure. Which I'm not really cool with. Down to the last bandage. Let's go to these guys. Oh, right. Shiny stone. That doesn't serve a purpose in my inventory, as far as I can tell. Chain is almost certainly used for actual things I'd care about, so I don't want to spend that on going down the well. And then I just have miscellaneous bullets. I think I'm about ready to go. Right. It's weird that he runs out of inventory. It's consistently weird that that's like even a feature. Anyway, I believe I'm gonna need some fire. So let's actually, yeah, let's get around to making that torch. So I can use 1 gasoline or 1/3 of a, or I can use 1 alcohol or 1/3 of a tank. What else do I use alcohol for? There's alcohol bandages. I'll use the gasoline this time, because I do well generally with gasoline. Wow, look how much gasoline I have. I still had more that needed to be condensed at the bottom so you could properly take in how many I had. That's a good place to be in. Okay. Don't step on that guy. Really? Alright, I gotta hammer buttons, don't I? God damn it, and then they're broken. Now it's scrap metal. I was specifically trying to evade around it. Let's get you up here. Yeah, bear traps are a special kind of frustrating in this game for me. This time I didn't step on an accident from line of sight. I stepped on an accident because I guess I was in the hitbox when I didn't think I was. How far is this gonna go? Let's see. Wow, they were busy down here, weren't they? Just actively breaking all my crap. At least the wardrobe held. They seem to be bad at breaking through things when there's furniture in the way. Ah, crap. Need to be able to at least reach my generator. Rude. Alright, we gotta fix this place up. They broke my stuff. Again. Thanks for that. They broke my stuff, but then didn't come in. Which is always an interesting move on their part. The one point of advice I've heard is that you can functionally treat, nighttime as being like time management and like buying time. Because in a lot of defensive games, you want defenses that will like stop somebody indefinitely or even kill them or something. Or become impassable or something. In this game, it's a matter of just wasting the enemy's time and keeping them busy. Giving them stuff to break or obstacles that they have trouble navigating and just sort of... That's one of the... I guess it's one of the points of the, bear traps and stuff like that. Just you have more and more things in the game that you can use to hopefully get the enemies to just not navigate very well with. I probably should have left that unbarricaded and maybe taken the... the tub out there to put in front of that door. Because the tub doesn't seem to be helping me very much in here, although I think it's not going to help me much anywhere, because it seems light. Let's take the tub outside or something. Maybe it'll just get kind of in the way, but it feels like it mostly just clutters this room in a way that is slightly annoying for me, but doesn't actually ever stop anything from getting around. I can at least put it down here, or something. I feel like the tub's just something for me to step around that doesn't ever actually affect anything. Let's see, so this didn't help at all. He just broke it in one hit. Pushing the rocks around as physics objects. That's interesting. Interesting that they're treated as physics objects. Oops. So let's put you here. I can still deal with you as normal. Put those in there. Might even put the rest of my nails in there. How many nails did I just go through? That was kind of expensive, wasn't it? Although I guess I could just buy more, without too much difficulty, I suppose. So let's make another bear trap. My idea here is that I want to put them on the inside of these windows. Or the entrances to my place that get broken down at the very least. Then they can kind of like interrupt their progress of getting into the building when they break those spots down. How many can I make? I will run out of metal parts. Partly because I've sold some of them before. So let's not go all gung-ho about it, but these two at least in here. And I can kind of reasonably avoid those two because they're at least not in highly trafficked spots, whereas I walk right into them in places like this, and I've tried to learn to avoid them, and I keep screwing it up anyway. Let's not trust myself there. I believe I've cleared my exit out, so I can leave now. So big goal is to find pliers? No, what do you call these? Damn it. No, those are... It's kind of pliers. It's more like a wire cutter, isn't it? Pliers are way smaller. I'm terrible with names of tools. Which is a kind of a funny problem when I worked at an actual shop for a while. Put you back on the bar. It's happening again where I hear steps in the distance and I don't know whose they are. I'm not... Ow. Son of a bitch. Y'all are really being right pricks about this. This wasn't a problem before because I hadn't used that direction yet. I shouldn't have the torch out right now. There we go. Is it really economical to even try to clear it out? There's so much of it. I'm gonna go for it. Part of me thinks that... I'm torn because on one hand I don't want to clear it all out because it costs more resources to clear it all out, but on the other hand I'm thinking if I don't clear it all out I might be in some trouble. Because if I don't clear all of it out, then there's a chance that I'll, there's a chance that if I don't clear it all out, that, like, it'll spread. And since I don't know for sure how the mechanic works, it's just kind of a gamble. Because, yeah, it might spread if you don't finish it off. My inventory's so big now, it goes all the way down there, and I've got 6 quick bar slots. This is great. I don't know if I can make any more quick bar slots. I should have checked to see if the next message was don't have enough resources or can't build more. Don't know what the cap is. But I can carry a lot. I'm actually a little disappointed how quickly I reached the cap on, inventory size. Not because I wanted to make it harder to get it, but I was surprised that I'm already out of the ability to upgrade the space. A hybrid rocket engine! Yay, finally! I have everything I need. Go your way now. Go now, please. I need to install these parts. Hey, you got a welder. Oh. My beautiful rocket. And then whee! Off I go. I will wave to you when I'm on my way to where no man has been before. What did he give me? Just the welder and 2 weapon... Whoa. That's not bad. A welder and 2 weapon parts. So I've actually finished 2 quests here and gotten proper rewards for them, whereas until now I kind of hadn't actually been doing tasks and then also getting response payments for them. But now I have. I'm gonna head back because these are kind of valuable items, and also I don't really want to go into the town with a bunch of slots like pre-accounted for. That's the guy that attacked me last time, I think. A hybrid engine, he called it, I believe. And it's just a battery. Maybe I should come by again tomorrow and see if we get, like, follow-up on his situation. What would definitely change bear traps for me is if your character was, like, just really smart about them and just stepped over them. So you were, like, immune to your own bear traps. I don't think that's a completely insane idea, because he put them there, so maybe he'd be smart enough not to step in them. But, boy, has that been proven wrong again and again. Alright, so I've got some healing items. I've got a gun. I've got multiple weapons. You know what? I crafted another torch. What? Oh. Put you in here. There we go. Because if I'm going to go into that well, I need to worry about whether or not I can actually... Oh wow, the stuff's still sitting around. I need to worry about whether or not I can see down there, so I should grab a torch. Time to run right a lot. Oh, you can go that way. I keep ducking under the fence. I'm thinking of the wrong fence that cuts you off if you run to the left like that. We're almost back in town. I'm sure they love me there. Just the biggest of fans. We all just get along so well back in town. Howdy, folks. Don't mind me, just got a nice big weapon. Of sorts. Now one of the only people in this entire universe that seems to have a gun. There's that. Have I checked these before? Huh. There's creepy stuff sitting around. Howdy. Non-responsive. So that dude was just massacring people. If it wasn't for the fact that there clearly are people that run off into the woods and disappear that way, I would accuse him of being the person that made everyone disappear one by one. But instead, there are actually a bunch of people disappearing all the time via running off into the woods. So, turns out both awful things can be true at once. It's interesting that time just pauses here. Maybe they thought it'd be a huge pain in the ass to come here if it was to run all the way here and run all the way back if it was also gonna have time pass while you're here. I don't have the required resources. If I find a long sturdy rope or chain. Rope. What? You dick. Alright, well I'm gonna do other stuff then. Is there another build option? God damn it, it says you have to use a chain. Ah. I'm gonna have to run all the way back and get a chain. Well, let's try to find stuff or something first. That's frustrating. I knew a chain was an option, but of course I'm gonna go with the rope if they're gonna propose them as being equal options, which is what the dialogue did do. The preview thing said rope or chain, but then rope doesn't work. Only chain. Fine, I have chains, but I assumed I could get away with not using one. They seem much more rare and expensive. What do you want? Who's saying that? Wait, someone inside the hole? My holes! Let me dig in peace. This guy's just digging holes? Someone is inside this hole. I can barely make out a silhouette. It looks like a grown man with long, disheveled hair. He's completely in mud. Completely covered in mud. It's quite a wide tunnel. There are finger marks on the ground. It must have been dug out using bare hands. I wonder where it leads. I can enter it. Seems like not the best call, but let's do it. What? 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 I'm back home? There's a shortcut tunnel between home and the town? Has that been there the whole time? Son of a bitch. First of all, creepy. Second of all, convenient? Possibly convenient? And also creepy? Well, I got my chain. Yep, got my chain. Get out of here, rope. I was lied to you about your usefulness, and I am quite not happy about that. I assume I can go both ways through that hole. That's... enjoy that context phrase. So am I not able to make a lock in this game? I don't have space for it all. Dang it. I do not have space for all this wood I'm grabbing. Even this is all covered in poison. That was an interesting little subversion that happened there. So what happens in this game is that... none of my keys fit. What happens in this game is that I constantly, every morning weird, goopy, gross stuff is all over my screen in the morning. So like, I didn't even question the goopy weirdness, because it's always there. But, because of the fact that it was it spread actual goopiness onto my screen, and I stepped into it, and I'm like, oh shit, it's real. It's like the goopiness from when I first did the zone transition. But like, everything looks like that when you first change time. Will he eventually attack me for using this thing? My holes! Get away from my holes! So he's... oh, yeah, you can see his little eyes blinking in there. So he's in that one, and that's the one that transitions back to town. Back to my base. Was there a giant gaping hole next to my base this whole... oh, Jesus. Look at that giant nightmare pig. Is that the one I killed? Has it been... what? How'd they get it here? Well, this just made my trips easier. He's asleep. They're not dead. I think this is a hospital, maybe? Kind of? We're never going to make it. These woods have no end. We'll just starve here. Oh, so they're trying to cut their way into the woods. They're trying to escape, but the woods are endless and also seem to just keep spawning more woods. My hands are killing me. Stasiak, it's your turn now. God damn it. How is this light not lighting this room up? He's deaf all of a sudden. Friend, I don't want to approach you because you're swinging an axe. How are there's burning torches here. How is that not lighting it up? But when I raise a torch, it suddenly is lighting up the area. Just seems odd to me. They're trying to actually cut their way straight through the woods. Ooh! Level up shrooms. Haven't found those in a while around here. This village is enormous, Jesus. Dead rat, I'll take that. Yeah, feed that to Mr. Wolfman. I'm sure he loves it. Loves dead rats. Get that rat plague. Guy's unresponsive, but they're moving. I feel like I'd be unwanted around this giant dead pig that I killed, if that is the right one. Could be something else. It's so creepy looking. Look at the weird long spindly arms and like a billion tits and holes everywhere, but I think it's because it's a corpse right now as opposed to just because it was a monster. They really valued their giant nightmare sow. What do you use a giant pig for? I'm trying to think about what its uses were. Were you milking it or something? Because it is a mammal, and that means it produces milk by name. It's what's literally named after having mammaries, is the point of being called a mammal. So were they just milking a pig over and over again, or were they having it birth? It must have been birthing tons of pigs or something, right? Because they couldn't be harvesting meat off of it necessarily, because it was still, otherwise they wouldn't care about that one in particular so much. This is the chicken lady, right? Yeah. I might be finally almost done checking this place out. After I go check out the chain, I mean. Right, there's still the creepiness. That's where I put the eggs. I think it was just those eggs where I left something last time because I was in the middle of something. That inventory is not amazing right now, but thankfully I have a fast way to dump things off and then check out the hole. That's a big change for me, being able to teleport between this place and elsewhere. It's too bad I found it, like, last. I've been most of the places now, I think. Now I'm just thinking of from that thing from Observer, where there was like a chamber dedicated to this nightmare pig. That's all I can think about now. Feels like I blew that one up. Can the rat be cooked? Yes. Cook that rat. Cook 'em good. And if I need more wood, I've got plenty of it now. Jeez. And I've got a lot more nails, too. Yep, that was more than I had before. Fortunately, I'm running out of space for, like, everything. Even the wood. Probably could just leave it on the floor, but I'm slightly worried that it won't come back. Everything else in this room hasn't gone anywhere. Just gonna dump wood on it now. Become the new thing I do constantly, is I go through that door, and I close the door while I'm going through, and it just slams into my back. That was a bad sound. Game always has me thinking about the weird sounds it's making.